What is the law of attraction, and does it actually work? Now, you've probably read or seen the movie The Secret, and you're wondering, is it true? Does it work? And how do I use it? Well, I can tell you, the law of attraction changed my life. And by change my life, I mean it changed my life so drastically that I was able to accomplish things that nobody else in my family was able to. Nobody else in my community was able to. I was able to go, achieve the life of my dreams. I was able to go build multiple $1 million businesses. I was able to go change the lives of over 6,000 people now, help them start successful online businesses. I've been able to travel around the world like I am right here, right now in the British Virgin Islands, making this video for you. On the other side here, I wish you could see this. But before I get into it and how it actually works, how to use it so that you can change your life, I want to remind you that this won't be like a woo-woo, touchy-feely video about how to magically make things appear from thin air, because we all know that's not how it works in this world, right? This will be an exact step-by-step guide to show you how to properly use the law of attraction so that you can go, most importantly, you can go and achieve the life of your dreams and also achieve any goal that you set for yourself in the future. I'm not going to lie, at first, when I started learning about the law of attraction, when I started reading The Secret, I started, learning about the whole thing, I was like, no, there's no way this works, right? If it did work, then everybody in the world would be rich, happy, free. They would all be doing what they love every single day, and we would have, no poverty, no unhappiness, nothing like that, right? But as I read The Secret, as I read the book more and more and more, and that was actually one of the first books that I started reading when I got into entrepreneurship, slowly that book made me realize that there is significantly more truth to the law of attraction than I otherwise thought before. And, I realized that the law of attraction is all around us. I know that sounds really, woo-woo, touchy-feely, but it's true. Buddha said, all that we are is the result of all we have thought. And what he meant by that is that our thoughts directly control our reality. Our thoughts are what make our dreams come true or what bring us our ultimate failures. Jesus said the same thing in the Bible, and in Mark 11:24, he said, "Therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." And so you can probably go look at every single other religion, every single other religious leader, every single other significant personality or person that ever lived, and you'll notice that there's a common pattern, that our thoughts can directly control our reality. Now, what the law of attraction is the ability to directly attract into our life whatever we focus on. So if we're constantly focusing on negative thoughts, if we're constantly worrying about our bodies, if we're constantly worrying about the money in our bank accounts or our jobs, our careers, how we look, how we feel, and if we're always thinking in the negative way about these things, well then we're going to attract more negative things. And that is how you really attract ultimate failure, by having negativity build up on negativity, having your present negative thoughts today build up on more and more negative thoughts in the future. And there's also a flip side to this. If we're constantly thinking positive thoughts, or if we try to constantly think positive thoughts, so if we're constantly visualizing, and that's another part of the law of attraction, visualization, which I'll cover specific techniques, how to properly use it, how I was able to use it to really become abundant in my life. And so, if we're constantly thinking positively about our bank account, if we're constantly visualizing ourselves, let's say with, you want $10,000 per month in income. So you're constantly visualizing yourself having the income of $10,000 per month right now, right here, right now. Well then, sooner or later, you will get that $10,000 per month in income. And you don't have to exactly know how you're going to get there. You don't have to exactly know which business you're going to get there, or maybe you're going to get that at your job that you're at now, or at some kind of job. The most important thing is to have that thought and to imagine as if you presently have that right now. And so just like negativity builds on negativity, positivity builds on positivity. So if you're right now, you switch your thoughts to positive thoughts, you'll notice in the future that your life is progressively getting better and better and better. That is how millionaires become millionaires, billionaires become billionaires, because they have so much positive energy that's already been built up that it's brought them to these massive, successes, these levels of positivity in their life and abundance. And so it's not only money, right? Money is just one aspect of it. We all need money for freedom. We all need money to live our best lives, the best versions of our lives. There's also relationships, family, health, your own happiness, right? There's many other things, but the most important part is that you can use the law of attraction to actually attract all of these things using your thoughts. All thoughts turn into things eventually. It's a little bit hard to understand that, but the truth is that if you choose right now not to believe this, or what I'm saying here, maybe like, Dan, I have no idea, there's no evidence for this, there's no proof, it goes against everything that science talks about. Well, how is that going to help you in your life in any way? How is that way of thinking going to allow you to make more money, allow you to get better relationships, allow you to find your soulmate, allow you to get into better health? It's not. So my mentality that I adopted, I went from being a skeptic to being an optimist, to being someone who was like, you know what? Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. but it's going to give me a lot more benefit if it's true. There's no way of me knowing, there's no way that I can find out if it's true or not. And so in that way, I decided that I was going to believe in it, and I was going to practice positive thoughts, positive visualization. And every single thought, every single goal that I set for myself, I've been able to reach it, not only reach it, but 10x it, 20x it, 30x it. I've been practicing the law of attraction for 2 to 3 years now, and every single goal that I set for myself, I focused on it relentlessly, like I really just focused on it every single morning. I was visualizing myself having already accomplished the goal. And eventually, sooner or later, usually sooner, which is the good news, if you do this properly and you're constantly practicing good thoughts, especially in the morning and in the evening before you go to bed, those are the 2 most important periods for manifestation, which basically means bringing thought out into reality and manifesting your goals and dreams. So that's what I did, and every single one of them came true. To understand the law of attraction, you have to understand that the universe is change. Every single day, our thoughts are attracting our future. And the truth is that our present and future is changing with every single second. And it's directly attached to our thoughts. So right now, if you literally just choose, instead of negative thinking, you choose to adopt positive thinking. Instead of saying, nah, the law of attraction is BS, and you choose to make it work no matter what, then you'll see that your future will be tremendously better than if you had have taken the alternative route. Today I'm going to share with you 5 strategies that you can use to apply the law of attraction in your own life so that you can experience massive success and so you can experience your own destiny, the life that you are meant to be living, the life of abundance, the life of success. The very first strategy is controlling your worldview. So if you're someone who walks around outside and let's say you see someone who is unfortunate, who's homeless, lying on the streets, and then you tell yourself, well, that's normal, that's just how life is. Well, you've adopted a negative worldview. And what happens is when you adopt a negative worldview, then your subconscious mind is going to progressively and continuously try to attract these negative things into your life to justify your worldview. And so as soon as you change your worldview from a negative one to a positive one, you'll start to notice that the world is a positive place. The world is a great place. Many people and many religions say that heaven is somewhere up in the sky. But what I realized is that through my travels, through my own experiences around the world, through my own entrepreneurial ventures and this entire journey that I've kind of been on called entrepreneurship and life, I've realized that heaven or hell is on earth, just like that song, Heaven is a Place on Earth. But it's true. If you adopt a positive worldview, well then you'll notice that the earth is already heaven. Right now where I'm standing, in the Virgin Islands, this place I could definitely say is what I would imagine heaven to look like. It is absolutely beautiful, but then you've got other places where people are suffering, where people don't have enough to eat, where people are just struggling day by day with no money, no prospects, no ambition. So what I want you to do right now is to change your worldview from a negative one to a positive one. From a worldview of there's not enough to go around in the world. I have to fight to reach my dreams. I have to fight against everybody else just for pennies. To go from that, from a scarcity mentality, from a scarcity worldview, a negative worldview, to a positive worldview. Tell yourself the world is an amazing place. Heaven is on earth, and I have the ultimate right, just like everybody else, to see this heaven, to experience this heaven. And tell yourself that there is abundance out there and you have the right to this abundance if you go out and conquer it. And tell yourself that dreams do come true, that if you really want freedom, if you really want to get out of your situation right now, if it's a bad situation, well then you have the right to do that and you will do that. That's just how this world works. You attract whatever you believe and whatever you think. I'm telling you, if you ask any successful person out there, anybody who's achieved massive financial success, you go and you ask them, what kind of worldview do you have? They'll tell you, and it's most definitely going to be a positive one. Whereas people who are struggling, people who are constantly just seeing the negative in their life, they're nowhere. They're not going to get anywhere until they change their worldview. They're the people who are constantly crying and complaining without trying to do anything to change the situation. So that was strategy number 1, change your worldview. Now strategy number 2, whatever you focus on expands. So if you're focusing on negativity, if you're focusing on lack of scarcity, let's say right now you want to quit your 9-to-5 job, you want to start a successful online business. Many subscribers of mine, they're on that journey right now. They're where I was starting only a few years ago. They want to start that successful online business that is going to give them the life of their dreams, that is going to allow them to travel the world. It's going to give them financial abundance. It's going to allow them to basically create a life of their own design. And so if you're trying to do that and you're constantly focusing on failure, like what if I fail? What if it's too competitive? Amazon FBA is too competitive, Shopify is too competitive, consulting is too competitive. If you're constantly thinking thoughts of lack, well then how can you expect to attract success? The one common trait with every single successful student that I've had, and with myself as well, and I can tell you that honestly, and like I said, I've personally mentored thousands of students in online business and creating their own online business, thousands of my subscribers. And what I've noticed is the one common trait with all of the successful students, with my successful mentees, is that they were always able to only focus on positivity. They were always able to reject negativity. They were always able to reject thoughts, stupid thoughts like, oh, nah, it's too competitive, I'm not even gonna try. Or my first product is gonna fail if they're selling physical products online, if they're building an e-commerce business. Or business is too hard. I'm not meant for this. I'm not meant to be rich. I'm not meant to be successful. None of them had these thoughts. Whereas every single person who fails, and unfortunately, many people do fail, because they give up or because they focus on negativity. And so their focus on negativity ultimately leads them to their death, the death of their dreams. Law of attraction strategy number 3, decide what you want out of life. No matter how many people I tell this to, no matter how many people I ask, hey, what do you want out of life? Every single time I ask someone that question, I always get this answer. To be honest with you, I have no idea. And that's what worries me. And so if you're watching this video right now and you're saying, Dan, I honestly have no idea what I want for my life. I just want to be rich. I just want to make money. Well, that's a big problem. And until you fix that problem, nothing else will change in your life. You might attract some short-term success, but it really won't be anything lasting, anything long-term. And so what I encourage you to do is right now, pause this video if you don't know what you want. That's going to be you probably and a lot of you watching. And if you do know what you want, well, that's fantastic. This is still going to help you. Maybe you haven't done this exercise. Pause this video right now, take out your notebook, and don't BS this, all right? I know you might just close this video right now. If you do that, you're giving up on your dreams. So pause this video right now, take out a notebook, and start writing down your life in 5 years. Do 5 years. 5 years is not a long enough time where it's like, whoa, I have no idea where I'm going to be in 20 or 30 years. 5 years is enough time where you can specifically write down the exact person that you want to become. Who are you? What's your net worth? How much money are you making? What kind of job are you doing? What kind of business are you engaged in? Is it an online business? Is it, some kind of other business, like a physical business? What is it? Are you married? Do you have a girlfriend, a boyfriend? Are you, what kind of partner are you with? Right? Or maybe you're single, some people want to be single. Maybe you have kids, you want kids. So write that down, every single thing. And then what you do is, now that you know where you want to go in your life, you're going to go there on autopilot. You've set the GPS in your brain to a destination. Now that you've set that GPS, you'll see that your life will just automatically go there. I actually did this exercise all the way to 50 years old. I know exactly where I want to be at 50 years old, and it was very difficult. It's not easy. You're kind of deciding like the end game of your life. And once you've decided that though, you'll see it's such a huge load off your shoulders. You don't have to, be in constant search of the truth, be in constant search of, what you're actually meant to be doing. Just follow your gut. And remember, don't set goals just to impress others. Make sure that whoever you want to become, make sure that it's something that your heart truly wants. Make sure that it's something that your soul is telling you should go after, because that's your door of success that you want to walk through. Strategy number 4. Changing your beliefs, or also called your paradigms. I read a fantastic book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and in that book he talked about the concept of paradigms. And it makes total sense, and it's directly applied to the law of attraction. What your paradigms are your beliefs about society, about yourself, about who you are as a person, what you're meant to go after. Right? So let's say if you want to build a 6-figure online business, a 7-figure online business, you want to make $1 million. Well, if you are a person with the paradigms, if you're someone who just believes you're not meant to be rich just because you have that paradigm ingrained in your mind, you're never going to achieve your goal. So first you have to start off by changing your paradigms. You have to start off by fixing your beliefs and altering them to beliefs that will help attract your goals. And once you alter your paradigms and you put them in the right way, you face them in the right direction, you'll see that it's like 2 puzzle pieces go together in a puzzle, right? It's like, the whole world is one. Everything comes together and your goals are attracted. And a very important part of changing your paradigms is protecting the paradigms that you set for yourself, and even protecting your worldview. Protecting these new things, these new beliefs that you set for yourself in your mind that will help you achieve your goals. When I did this, when I really changed my mind and when I really changed my paradigms and I changed my worldview, I really paid attention to make sure that I wasn't hanging out with people who are going to damage that worldview, who are going to attempt to change those paradigms. A lot of people, especially old friends, family, they're going to subconsciously attempt to change your paradigms without even noticing it, because they're just not used to this new person that you're becoming. They're afraid of success. It makes them feel uncomfortable, It makes them just like shake inside, because these people have already given up on their dreams, whereas you're just getting started. So change your paradigms, change your beliefs. Go from I'm not meant to be rich to I am meant to be rich. It is my duty. It is my duty to be rich and to be massively rich if that's what you want. It is my duty to build a successful business, to build a successful online business and achieve the life of my dreams. It is my duty to find my soulmate. It is my duty to reach happiness and be happy. The reason why most people fail with the law of attraction is because they try to change their life without changing their worldview, without changing their paradigms, without changing the filters that they perceive the world as. And this brings us to strategy number 5, which is changing your filter. Very similar to the worldview, but this is more about yourself. So when you're walking on the street, let's say, in a crowded city, let's say there's a lot of people on the street, you might be worrying about how you look. That's because you have a faulty filter. That's because you put a filter on yourself where you're seeing everything through a lens of I'm not attractive, I'm not good looking, I'm worried about what other people think of me because I'm not attractive. Or, let's say you walk by a really expensive hotel and you're thinking, wow, it's so nice in that hotel. But then you tell yourself, nope, that's not for me. I'm not rich yet. Maybe when I'm rich, I'm gonna get there, but that's not for me. Well, the truth is, it has nothing to do with how much money you have in your bank account. The truth is that if you just change your filter and you change it from I'm poor to I'm rich, I'm successful, then you'll actually go into that hotel and you won't feel uncomfortable. And the best part is that people will accept you based on your filter. Subconsciously, they pick up on the filter that you're radiating. It's like a radio frequency, and they will just, subconsciously, if you think you're attractive, women or men will think you're attractive. If you think you're rich, well then, other people will just accept that you're successful, you're rich. That's just how it is. I've seen that in my own life. I guarantee you'll see that in your own life as well. So these were all strategies to actually use the law of attraction and to make it work for you. Now, there's also a lot of protection strategies that I use. Remember, I talked about protecting my worldview, protecting my filter, protecting my paradigms. You have to protect these things. It's the most important thing to your success. You have to protect them against anything out there. The best way to protect all of these things is to constantly feed your mind with positive information. And the first thing to do is stop watching the news. Stop watching the news, CNN, Fox. It's not going to help you. When did the news ever change our life? When did anything on the news, no matter how emotional it was, no matter how significant it was, when did anything actually affect our lives? And I'm not talking about natural disasters, maybe you've been a victim of that, right? This is all irrelevant. The truth is that the news and media and pop culture, it's all designed to kind of just brainwash you into basically just accepting where you are in your life and not moving forward. And so I haven't paid attention to the news in 2-3 years. And to be honest with you, my life has gotten tremendously better. The news is just a distraction, so stop feeding your mind with distractions where they pull you away from your goals and dreams, and they pull you away from the right paradigms, the right beliefs that will move you forward. Now, if you've gotten this far in the video, well then maybe you believe in the law of attraction, maybe you're going to start using it, maybe you're still saying, nah Dan, this is all BS, I'm not going to use it, I don't really care about this is all a lie, and I'm just going to go on with my old life. Well, the truth is, whether you believe it or not, the law of attraction, you can't stop it, you just cannot stop it. And so, even if you don't believe it, your thoughts will still create your future. So it's better to take control of them, no? I've learned that there are always two sides of a coin to everything, whether it's, positive thoughts or negative thoughts, right? Any situation that you're in, if you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, if you catch yourself complaining, what's the other alternative, right? Positivity, being happy, not complaining, right? So there are always two sides of a coin. Remember which side you're on. It's a privilege for me to be able to teach thousands of people around the world, soon to be tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people around the world, how to start a successful online business, how to radically change their lives and achieve success, achieve their dreams, achieve a passive income business that allows them to create a life of their own design. So I want to leave you with this final thought. If this is something that you're interested in, if this is something that you want to do, I take all of my students in the Ecom Freedom course through a 7-week journey from the comfort of their own home, anywhere in the world, wherever that may be. I teach them not only the exact skills, exactly what they need to start a successful online business, I also teach them the mindset. And I'm someone who says it's all about 80% mindset, 20% the income stream, actually starting that business. So if this is something that you want to do, check out the link below. It's a 7-week journey from your own home. You'll also get access to my personalized mentorship and coaching and unlimited access to multiple 6-figure online business owners, people who have achieved success through my knowledge, through my skills that I teach them. And remember, make the decision today. Act as if your dreams have already come true. You are who you want to be right now. And force reality to catch up. Force it. Thank you for watching.
Hi, my name is Chris Jackson. On August 16, 2019, I bought the Dan Vass Ecom Freedom X course. From the time that I bought it and started to read it, I noticed that even though there's a little age difference between Dan and I, we have the same principles. And that was whatever you put out into the universe, whatever you believe, you'll conceive. And from day one, it took me about 2 months to find our product, and we put it out there, and we struggled a bit at first until I followed Dan's awesome, amazing PPC campaign, and then sales took off. And again, from the time that I started this, my mindset, my family's mindset was that we were going to be $1 million a year sellers. And I believe that what you put out there in this universe is going to come back to you. So in closing, I'd like to say that Dan's course gives us that option to think freely about the freedom that his e-commerce course can provide us. And once again, what you put out there is what you're going to get back. It's the simple law of attraction.
Hey everybody, I'm really excited to be doing this video because the law of attraction is what really changed things for me, and it changed my life and it shifted my mindset, and it literally was the reason why I was able to live in abundance and freedom, which is something that I always desired. That is something that I never thought I deserved or was possible for me until I learned the law of attraction and really shifted my mindset. So Dan teaches the law of attraction in a really special way, because not only does he talk about it and explain it and break it down for you to actually understand it, he shows it. He shows specific examples in his everyday life, through his travels, through his social media, through his videos, on the specifics of what the law of attraction has brought to him. And that is tremendously important, because when you are working with the law of attraction, you need specific examples of people who are living in it, because that shows you and teaches you that it is possible for somebody like you. So that's amazing. So keep watching all of his videos for sure.